Despereaux, Chapter 26, Royalty. When Meg turned 7 years old, there was no cake, no celebration, no singing, no present, no acknowledgement of her birthday at all, other than Meg saying, "Uncle, today, I am 7 years old." And Uncle saying in return, "Did I ask ye how old you were today? Get out of my face before I give ye a good clout to the ear." A few hours after receiving her birthday clouts to the ear, Meg was out in the field with Uncle Sheep when she saw something glittering and glowing on the horizon. She thought for a moment that it was the sun, but she turned and saw that the sun was in the west, where it should be, sinking to join the earth. This thing that shone so brightly was something else. Meg stood in the field and shaded her eyes with her left hand and watched the brilliant light draw closer and closer and closer until it revealed itself to be King Philip and his queen, Rosemary, and their daughter, the young Princess P. The royal family was surrounded by knights in shining armor and horses in shining armor, and as top each member of the royal family's head there was a golden crown, and they were all the king and the queen and the princess, dressed in robes decorated with jewels and sequins that glittered and glowed and captured the light of the setting sun and reflected it back. "Gore," breathed Meg. The Princess P was riding on a white horse that picked up its legs very high. It set them down very daintily. The P saw Meg standing and staring, and she raised a hand to her. "Hello," the Princess P called out merrily. "Hello," and she waved her hand again. Meg did not wave back. Instead, she stood and watched. Gore breathed Meg. Open-mouthed as the perfect, beautiful family passed her by, Papa called the princess to the king. "What is wrong with the girl? She will not wave to me." "Never mind," said the king. "It is of no consequence, my dear. But I am a princess, and I wave to her. She should wave back." Meg, for her part, continued to stare. Looking at the royal family had awakened some deep and slumbering need in her. It was as if a small candle had been lit in her interior, sparked to life by the brilliance of the king and the queen and the princess. For the first time in her life, reader Meg hoped, and hope is like love, a ridiculous, wonderful thing. Meg tried to name this strange emotion. She put a hand up to touch one of her aching ears, and she realized that the feeling she was experiencing, the hope blooming inside of her, felt exactly the opposite of good clout. She smiled and took her hand away from her ear. She waved to the princess. "Today is my birthday," Meg called out, but the king and the queen and the princess were by now too far away to hear her. "Today," shouted Meg, "I am 7 years old."